Back to work. North Carolina lawmakers are back in Raleigh this week for the short session. The House and Senate will be tackling several topics that could impact you. So joining us now live to break it all down, Whitney Campbell Christensen. She's a government relations attorney at Ward and Smith in Raleigh. Good morning, Whitney.
Good morning, Casey. Thank you for having me.
Happy to have you here. So first, just tell us, how does this short session work?
Sure. So in North Carolina, our General Assembly operates on a 2-year cycle, or what we call a biennium. The first year of that cycle is the long session in odd numbered years, which obviously took place last year. In the even numbered years, we have a short session. The main goal of the short session is to modify the 2-year budget that was enacted the year before, and I expect that will be the goal of this session per usual. But also there are some additional policies that are allowed to be considered. Local bills, for example, so those are bills that impact 14 or fewer counties. And then probably the biggest item that we see are bills that remain eligible from the prior year. So those are bills that have been completely passed by either the House or the Senate and just wait hearing in the second chamber. And so, expect it to be fast, 6 to 8 weeks or so. Lawmakers have signaled that they want to be out and back home in their districts by July 1st. Narrow restrictions on what can be considered, but most of the energy will go to the state budget.
That makes sense. They want to get out of there before the Independence Day holiday. So you mentioned the budget. What other topics will the General Assembly address?
Sure. Yeah, I think most focus this year will be on the budget, but we also expect to see a sports wagering proposal that the Senate has passed, but that the House still needs to consider. It has some good allies in that chamber and lots of good support behind it, and frankly, no real good reasons to object to it. 30 other states have sports wagering, and we have it in North Carolina already on tribal lands, just not in the rest of the state. And so expect to see that. There will also be a lot of debate around medical marijuana or medical cannabis. 37 other states have that on the books, and there was a Senate bill filed last year with support in all the right places that still needs one Senate committee vote and then a Senate floor vote, and then to go to the House. So I expect to see that. There's a regulatory reform bill, as there has been every year since the Republicans took control of the General Assembly about a decade ago. That bill is already fast-tracked and scheduled for its first hearing on Tuesday in a Senate committee. And then there could also be some talk around access to health care, Medicaid expansion. That's been a big priority of the governors for several years. And over the last year or so, we've seen some significant thawing of the House and Senate's position on that topic. And so I don't know if it'll be enough of a priority to hear it during the short session, but maybe that topic could come up in a special session after the election or even next year.
Of course, we'll be watching that one very closely. So, we talk about the budget, and sometimes people might be yawning like, oh, so boring. But this is a big deal. So talk to us about why it matters to people, what's the state's fiscal outlook, and what it means for the budget process.
Yes, ma'am. So the state's fiscal outlook is great going into this budget cycle. We have an unprecedented surplus. We got these numbers about 3 weeks ago. We enter this cycle with a $6.2 billion revenue surplus. That's over the next 2 years. So $4.2 billion of that is over the next fiscal year. Much of that came from sales tax revenue being higher than projected. But the North Carolina economy has a lot of good things going for it. And so that's a significant surplus, particularly when you consider the fact that the baseline budget from last year was about $27 billion. So that's a lot of extra revenue that the lawmakers are going to need to spend. And they're going to have to grapple with what priorities to use there. But I think, we've never seen a surplus of this size, and it'll make for interesting budget debates, but should, if all things go well, make the process go a little smoother, because at least there won't be, fighting over dollars to the degree that there normally is, because there's plenty of revenue to go around.
Yeah, surplus. That means we are in the black, which is great. So, Whitney, what do you think is most likely to pass? The Compassionate Care Act is a big talker, and of course, sports betting. So what do you think they'll be able to push through before that July 1st deadline?
Yeah, no pun intended, but I'd put my money on sports wagering. There's a lot of good momentum behind that, a lot of good advocacy on both sides. The professional teams support it. North Carolina is in a minority of states that don't allow it. And so I would put my money there. There's a lot of work behind it last year, and I think the folks pushing it have done a good job of teeing it up for success this year. It also has some good House allies, and that's the chamber it still needs to work through. So if I would put my money on one thing, it would be that. And then also, of course, the budget. I think the odds are looking really good that we'll have a budget this year.